And welcome to the Flyers pregame show. It is Flyers game day. It's Brian Smith, Jason Martinez. Flyers Ducks tonight. Second game of this 4-game road trip, which is actually the middle game of the first 3-game part. And then they're going to fly home. Then they're going to go down to Carolina. They're looking to bounce back tonight from a win or from a loss. Excuse me. Boy, that was very presumptuous of me. Against the San Jose Sharks, their first of the season. They went on to get their second. We'll talk about that in a moment. But Smitty, you're out in Anaheim. And I know that they have practiced today, and we do have some lineup changes to discuss. Let's start first with the forwards. Who's in, who's out?
Yeah, it's going to be Morgan Frost slotting back in. He missed that one game, and Torch talked a little bit about it in his avail yesterday. That he had said it wasn't a hard decision after the game, but then he kind of reiterated that it always is a hard decision. He just didn't want to talk about it at that point. So it's
that was inconsequential to what happened.
What's that?
That was inconsequential to what happened in the game because he wasn't in it.
Exactly. Yes. So he comes back in. Ryan Poehling is going to come out tonight, and was going to be Carter Hart. He was going to make his return from his injury. We'll talk more about this in a little bit, but Sam Ersson is going to go instead because Carter's under the weather. So a little bit of a shake-up, but there hasn't been a ton in this lineup that has been really shaken up over the course of the season, except for losing a couple of the veteran defensemen. So
yeah, and Mark Stahl included. With Carter, I did get some reports from practice yesterday that he looked absolutely fine, normal workload, so that is good. Going to miss tonight because of the illness, but maybe he'll be well enough to go tomorrow in a back-to-back against the Los Angeles Kings. It's very rare that Carter gets the back end of a back-to-back, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Normally you're going to give the whoever the second goaltender is that second game, but who knows? Maybe it ends up benefiting the Flyers a little bit. Anaheim has been a heck of a team this year. I think they've had a lot of folks surprised at how they've come out this year, and but LA definitely probably has a little bit of a higher talent level. So we'll see which way it goes, but I hopefully whatever it is, he'll be able to kick it here today and be good to go for Los Angeles.
Anaheim's been, I look at it and I go, wow, I didn't expect this team to be any good at all. Right? They come into this year, they've gotten some really good performance. Mason McTavish is leading the way in points, but they have some really quality wins on their schedule. They beat Carolina at home. They beat Columbus 3-2. They beat Boston on the road in overtime. I think that was Boston's first loss. They came in, beat the Flyers 7-4. Then they went to Pittsburgh, beat them 4-3. And came home and took on Arizona, beat them in overtime 4-3. And then they beat Vegas at home. So they got some quality wins despite the fact that it's early in the season.
Yeah, they definitely do. They've had, they've been one of those teams that's been already working on this whole rebuild thing maybe for a couple of years, and they've gotten some pretty good draft picks out of it, and it's starting to come together. Who knows, maybe if it's coming together a little bit earlier than some people expected with them, or if this is just kind of the team that they are. But they've been getting a lot of great contributions from a lot of their young players. They will be without Trevor Zegras tonight. He's got a nagging little injury. There's been a lot of talk about him actually not being up there with some of the other guys that are doing the scoring with this team, but it's starting to sound like it might be because he hasn't been 100%. So he'll be out tonight. But this has been a Ducks team that's caught a lot of people by surprise. And I think the Flyers, too, are looking for maybe a little bit of payback from the last time out, because it was one of those games where the Flyers played pretty well, but unfortunately gave up 7 that night. So it's obviously something they want to try to turn the other way.
Yeah, give up the touchdown and the extra point. 7-4 was the final of that game, and Frankie Vetrano had the hat trick. He's second on this team in points. He's got 9 goals already and 12 points this season. Like I said, they're led by Mason McTavish, and it's pretty crazy that they are where they are, and they've only gotten a goal and an assist from Trevor Zegras, who's very meaningful for them in his hit the 12 games that he's played so far, but we will not see him tonight. Brian, they're trying to get the power play straightened out, and Morgan Frost looks like he's going to be on power play number 2. But you're trying to figure out who that net front guy is. Morgan Frost was there the one game. I think we all agree that that's not the place to put Morgan Frost on the power play. But they're going to make some changes there, move some guys around, and put Tyson Forster in net front. At this point, I know Torts is saying, He just wants to have one hit off his rump and go in and just kind of relieve the pressure of scoring, and that can get him going.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said. He actually talked about this at length, which you can see over on the Flyers YouTube page if you want to see the full comments. Torch talked about 9 minutes on Thursday, most of it about the power play. And, again, they're just trying to really just get more pucks to the net. They've been, if you watch the power play recently, you've seen a lot of perimeter play. You've seen the puck moving around on the outside a lot, but you haven't been seeing a whole lot of quality chances go to the net. And his thought is that if you see more of your own jersey in front of the net, then the guys on the point will be more prone to shoot down there. And so that's kind of what they're doing. They worked on this a little bit on Thursday, not directly on the power play. Thursday was more in general of getting people in front of the net, 5-on-5 power play, what have you. But there is a little bit of maybe an audition process still going on to replace the role that James Van Riemsdyk played for about the last 3 years, just being the guy that was in front of the net. The actual speculation was, when was the last time we've had a guy deflect a puck? So that's I think a new renewed focus, and just trying to make it a little difficult on the other team when they are on the power play.
Yeah, James' ability to deflect pucks in the air or whatever didn't matter. He was him and Joe Pavelski, the best two guys in the league at doing that, and it is a great skill to have. It is the Flyers and the Ducks. We've got Tim Saunders and Todd Fedoruk. They are standing by. They got the countdown to face off, and that'll be followed by all the first period action in Anaheim. You've been listening to Flyers Game Day on the BetRivers.com Flyers broadcast.